You know that moment when you're stuck behind a brand new $70,000 truck and you think, there's no way that person can actually afford that? Well, they can't. And it's not because people are bad with money. It's because the system is built to trap them. The way people are affording these insane car payments has nothing to do with income and everything to do with a trap nobody talks about. A trap that millions of Americans are currently stuck in and don't even realize. There's an entire system designed to make impossible car payments seem totally reasonable. Once you understand how it works, you'll never look at car buying the same way again. My name is The Honest Dude, and if you want to avoid the financial traps that keep most people broke, hit that subscribe button. The numbers don't add up. The average new car payment in America is now over $730 per month. That's not for a luxury car, that's average. With trucks and SUVs, $900 to $1,200 per month. That's $1,200 every single month for 6, 7, or 8 years. Over $80,000 total, before insurance, gas, and maintenance. Now, you might be thinking people are just making more money these days. Not even close. The median income for a full-time worker is about $52,000 per year. After taxes, about $38,000 take-home. Most financial experts say you shouldn't spend more than 15 to 20% of your gross income on transportation, payment, insurance, gas, maintenance, everything. For someone making $52,000, that's $650 to $865 per month total. But average car payments alone exceed $730 before adding anything else. So how are they doing it? The monthly payment trap. Here's the trick that gets everyone. Dealerships don't ask what you can afford for a car. They ask what monthly payment works for you. You tell them $600 a month, and suddenly they're showing you $50,000 trucks. How? By stretching the loan to 7 or 8 years. Real math on a $50,000 truck with $5,000 down, 4-year loan, $1,066 per month, interest equals $6,168. 6-year loan, $746 per month, interest equals $8,716. 8-year loan, $590 per month, interest equals $11,640. The 8-year loan costs $590 a month. Sounds affordable, but you just paid an extra $5,472 in interest compared to the 4-year loan. Almost $5,500 thrown away just to lower the monthly number. But here's what dealerships really don't want you to know. You're making payments for 8 years. Most people want something newer in 5 or 6 years, but you'll still be paying for this one. Think of it like this. It's like signing up for a gym membership you can't cancel while the gym keeps getting older and more run down every year. Except instead of $30 a month, it's $590. 8 years. On a depreciating asset. That's the real trap. The underwater nightmare. Now here's where the trap gets even more dangerous. Not because of the math, but because of what it does to your options. Cars lose 20% of their value the moment you drive off the lot. After 1 year, 30%. After 5 years, 60%. Let's walk through what happens. $55,000 truck, $5,000 down, 7-year loan at 6.5% APR. Year 1. You owe $45,500. Truck worth $38,500. Underwater by $7,000. Year 3. You owe $33,000. Truck worth $27,500. Underwater by $5,500. Year 5. You owe $18,000. Truck worth $22,000. Finally, above water. For 5 full years, you're trapped. You can't sell without writing a check. You're stuck. And if you total the car in year 3, insurance pays $27,500 while you owe $33,000. You cover that $5,500 gap. Being underwater on car loans is now so common, there's an entire insurance product, gap insurance, designed specifically for it. This is where most people think the nightmare ends, but it actually gets worse. The rollover treadmill. Most people don't wait until they're above water to trade in. After 3 or 4 years, they want something newer, but they still owe more than the car is worth. The dealership rolls that negative equity into a new loan. Example, you bought a $60,000 truck 3 years ago. You owe $38,000, but it's worth $30,000, $8,000 underwater. You want a new $65,000 truck. The dealer says, "No problem. We'll give you $30,000 for your trade and add that $8,000 to your new loan." You're now financing $73,000 for a $65,000 truck. Do this 2 or 3 times, and people finance $90,000 for trucks that cost $65,000. They're paying interest on vehicles they traded in years ago. This isn't a mistake. It's a business model. Once you're in this cycle, you literally cannot afford to stop buying cars from them. You'd have to write a massive check just to walk away. The real cost. Now here's the part almost nobody talks about. Let's add up what owning that truck actually costs, because the payment is just the beginning. $55,000 truck financed over 7 years at 6.5% APR. Loan payments, $68,124. Insurance, $16,800. Gas, 15,000 miles per year, 17 miles per gallon, $3.50 per gallon. $21,840. Maintenance, $10,000. Total, $116,764. After 7 years, that truck is worth maybe $20,000. You spent $116,764 to own a $20,000 truck. $96,764 just disappeared. Imagine taking $96,764 in cash and lighting it on fire, slowly, over 7 years. That's basically what just happened. But here's the question that should keep you up at night. What else could you have done with that money? Buy a reliable $15,000 used car instead. No payment. Maybe $400 per month total for insurance, gas, maintenance. Take that $811 monthly payment you're not making and invest it at 8% annually. After 7 years, $90,437 in investments. Your choice, 7-year-old truck, 0 savings. Paid off car, $90,000 invested. Keep that up another decade? That $90,000 becomes over $250,000. One car payment decision determines whether you retire comfortably or work until you're 70. How people actually do this. So how are people making these payments? They restructure their entire life around the car payment. Cheaper apartments, no vacations, ramen for lunch while driving a $45,000 truck to work. When I was working retail during college, I watched coworkers making $15 an hour finance trucks with $600 monthly payments. That's not wealth. That's an expensive way to be broke. They take on side hustles specifically for the car, drive Uber on weekends using the expensive truck to pay for that same truck. It's like having a second job where your boss is a pickup truck. They put everything on credit cards, maintenance, insurance, gas, all charged to free up cash for the payment. They're using 20% interest debt to subsidize a 6.5% car loan. They tap retirement accounts, borrowing from their 401k to cover down payments or negative equity, stealing from their 70-year-old self to drive a nice truck at 30. Why this feels normal. What really bothers me is how normalized these payments have become. People who would never spend $1,200 monthly on anything else convince themselves it's reasonable for a car. $1,200 on restaurants? You have a problem. $1,200 on clothes? Intervention time. But a car payment? Well, you need reliable transportation. This didn't happen by accident. Decades of marketing convinced Americans their vehicle is their identity. Your truck isn't transportation. It's a statement about who you are. Success. Hard work, capability. That commercial showing a truck climbing mountains, it's not selling transportation. It's selling you the fantasy that you're the kind of person who conquers challenges, even though the closest you get to off-roading is parking on grass at a barbecue. This emotional manipulation makes it easy to justify irrational payments. When you're not just buying a truck, but buying into an identity, that $900 payment feels like an investment in yourself. But the real trap isn't the payment. It's what it forces you to sacrifice. The way out. Cars are emotional purchases. They represent freedom, independence, success. I'm not saying drive a beater held together with duct tape, but the car you drive today determines the options you have tomorrow. When I was doing drop shipping in college, I almost bought a $35,000 car with a 7-year loan. I was 22 and thought I had it figured out. Thank God I didn't. That business failed 6 months later. I would have been trapped, destroying my credit, or working a job I hated just to make the payment. Every dollar you overspend on a car can't work for your future, can't help you invest, buy a house, start a business, build wealth. People driving $80,000 trucks while making $60,000 aren't living the good life. They're living paycheck to paycheck in a nice vehicle. They look successful, but are one emergency from disaster. People who buy reasonable cars and invest the difference, they have options. They can leave bad jobs, take risks, sleep at night, drive less car, live more life. That's not just a phrase. It's the difference between building wealth and looking wealthy. If I were buying a car today, buy 2 to 4 years old. Let someone else eat the 40 to 50% depreciation. Still has modern features and warranty. 4-year loan maximum. If you can't afford the 4-year payment, you can't afford the car. The longer loan just hides that reality. Calculate total cost. Payment plus insurance plus gas plus maintenance over the loan life. If that number makes you uncomfortable, buy cheaper. Never roll negative equity. If you owe more than it's worth, keep it longer. Breaking even is the only time to trade. Your future self is counting on today's decisions. Don't trap them in endless car payments to impress people at red lights who don't care. And the crazy part is, the car payment trap isn't even the biggest wealth leak most people have. If this changed how you think about car payments, hit subscribe for more honest money breakdowns. In my next breakdown, I'm exposing the 10 everyday expenses, quietly draining thousands from you each year. One of them is probably costing you more than you think, and cutting it could free up serious cash for investing instead. If you want to finally build real wealth instead of financing the appearance of it, watch that video next. Your car shouldn't control your life. Your money should. I'll see you in the next one.